this player completely crashed out. Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Got a couple of ban stories. There's, comes time like once a month, twice a month, we talk about a ban story. It's not every time, all the time. The days of the ban waves have kind of gone, or are they? Over the last week, we have seen the Karina's Challenge. You have to go back into Necropolis. So, is that something that is now causing a lot of bans to happen? I've seen many bans, different situations. Going to be talking about a ban tomorrow, but a different kind of one, and I actually feel quite sorry for the person, but that's another story for another day and has its own kind of context and explanations to it. So this is the story of Lisa 43. Lisa 43's story goes back several months. It actually goes back to September. I want to say like I didn't cover it because it was a very much open and shut case and seemed to be more of a, well, I don't know really, apologetic. I don't know what the kind of the story seems quite bizarre. Anyway, what's this bizarre story? How does it all unfold? Oh, and also a reminder to everybody, here's my PSA. Do not allow anybody to operate your account. If you are allowing someone to operate your account from anywhere in the world that say it's safe, it's going to be fine, and they provide a service, guess what? There's a good chance that they might be using cheats. Have you considered that before using these people? Well, don't, because they're highly likely going to be using cheats, and your account is going to be like, oh great, I just got something done. Someone else did it for me. You've paid them. And they got your account banned. Great. Also, do not buy accounts because you don't know what's happened previously on that account to then it be sold. There's also the risk of sharing your account with somebody that pops up somewhere in the world and that will get you banned. There's a lot of things with that one, right? Just don't do it. In a nutshell, don't do it. Don't as well try and speak to me about getting yourself out of those problems because you've put yourself in it. So, the ballad. What happened? Back in September, this particular player stated, my daughter's account has been banned for 29 days and she's worried, right? Okay. Sometimes you give these things the benefit of the doubt but then it kind of like transpires. This is her dad, by the way. You know, if you have kids, what it's like. She has it on her iPad and her new Samsung phone, and she's bought the pass thing and has the monthly contract thing where you get Scarlet Witch. Again, okay. Anyway, this was claimed that by going from the Samsung to the iPhone is the thing that caused the problem. That's not always the case. It's a very, very small amount of times anything like that could possibly be a thing. Here's a good example. M uses a phone which I'm not going to mention because I'm not going to mention, but she's basically it's an Android. It is an Android phone, and then what we do is when we record the videos on here, we go to an iPad or an iPhone. So there's the kind of like there's the crossware with that. MCOC PC, when I'm doing tests of that, I'm going on to the PC version, back to the iPhone or back to the iPad. So that is not always the case with it. So is this my fault or what can I do? Because she does spend money on people use this a lot. This is why I'm so glad I'm away from the spending side of things, because it does bring out the worst in people. Non-spending has been a great kind of flip because I had some bad habits with what I thought about. And I thought like this as well when I was like, hey, I spend in the game. I deserve something that, or not, I don't deserve. Yeah, I deserve for this to go the way that I want. And it's kind of like, it's such a bad mentality to have. But this rears its head several months later, which of course, as we said, we've got to give you context of this particular person, their antics in the past, and other things with it. Anyway, the point was left like, don't kind of like just serve your ban and don't go any further with it. Now, we don't learn what the account name is, but of course the ending is thanks. I just want her to be able to use her account again as time and money was put into it. So now, good. And obviously other people are saying, giving examples of kind of switching between, I think Clobbering Time says about that. And again, said above, next ban is permanent one. That's not correct. I swap between devices all the time, going on 8 years. And I mean, I do as well, mate. Anyway, where are we up to with all of this right here? Well, it just like gets a little bit kind of spicy-ish. So hundreds of pounds down the drain because they're appealing the ban. No help from agents, but yet I can say this for Reddit. You have people who work for you saying if you pay them that you can restore your account. Who are these people that are saying that? I know there was this big thing back a while ago where there was rumor about it, but nothing ever like came to like actual. Was there actually any evidence of that? That's going way back. I work for companies like with Raid Shadow Legends. You pay out refunds and accidental child purchases, which adults regularly get back. Whereas on this site, that never seems to happen. And when I keep submitting a request, it says it's solved instantly after writing a request. I think this person you're going to find is digging a lot of times. What's happening is this game ban or a Reddit ban. Game ban after 29-day ban came back to a full ban and request after request saying I've completed Legends on my account, which I believe if you search my profile right now, it says I'm not there needs to be punctuation, and I thought I was bad at speaking. Or even close to Legends. I did have Necropolis like 4 champs and cost 800 units when I then didn't finish it till a year later with better and newer champs. There's a lot. This seems like somebody like rapidly. It's like, you know, when a kid said, I went down there play and I on the swings, and then I came from the swings, and then I went down the roundabout, and then I went to the thing, and then I had and then I did the other thing, and then it was a good day, and everything was okay, and then it's kind of like that. That reminds me of this kind of like a dialogue and discussion really with it. So it gets a little bit more. I suppose cheating, obviously, what was the reason? I suppose cheating, but wasn't even on my profile for 10 minutes before it was permanently banned. And I'd love to point out I've at least £1,000 or more every year using buy then crystal gifting crystals. And there's a flurry of evidence showing like money investment for anything. Now, in checking this particular player's account out, it does seem that they've got some champions, but maybe they don't have the best champions for what is going to be some very hairy and scary situations within something like Necropolis or something like endgame content. And I guess that's something that even Kabam like questioned when looking into this, because that's, yeah, there's questionable things. Even more so because we're back in the same situation of, no, I think I've been swapping between Apple and Android a lot recently. This comes up quite a bit, and that's so odd. And of course, this player is adamant in their defense. This would be 10 years on the profile, so it's more of an issue on Kabam's part, and I prefer on administration or people who don't look down on others to comment on my posts. Well, here's when the twist comes. If by magic a Kabam crashed appears. I think it's funny that people don't think we have any data. That's important. There is a margin of error for any kind of scans from Kabam. It's very low. It's not there. Kabam's data and kind of scanning has made a mistake in the past. It's predominantly accurate. And this is one thing, again, to remind people, do not use services or do not use third-party software. Or do not use things that are going to get your account banned, or even more so, don't go into Necropolis with them. Like, that's dumb. Like, it's so dumb. Because it will be something Kabam systems will be able to go, that's not right. And as I said, there is a margin of error, but that margin of error is really slim to get that kind of, well, I cheated. Well, benefit of the doubt. Crash goes on to say, anyways, you did Necropolis itemless without a team that can possibly do that. It didn't even require our actual Necropolis anti-cheat to catch you because it was so obvious you cheated. That is the sickest burn. This is why I love Kabam Crash, because it's just seeing this stuff. There's some things I don't agree with him, but predominantly, like, it's always good to see when he's responding back to these things, and people so adamant, and people are still doing it. Like, I thought a year ago that people had more sense not to come to the more sense not to come to the forums to spout their kind of case, because now in 2024 it's got worse, because it's worse for them, good for us, because we can see like the responses to things. And it goes back and forth. I've never cheated once, and I wouldn't hire anyone. Do think I trust anyone with my account and password? I use my work, home, and email address and passwords. And no, you can't pay us to remove your ban. If you want, you can start a new account and spend money there. Yes, you can. You want me to link and share details of accounts on Instagram and Facebook and Reddit. Whether or not this player gets back to the game, I don't know if that's going to be. I think what is going. Honestly, it's quite crazy. There's a name that I need to kind of cover, because it's not. Anyway, at this particular point, it's getting to we're going to ban you type thing. Let's see the report then. And without a team, you can't do a quest without a champion. Well, that's not that, is it? This is. I'd love to see the team. Like, I'd love to Kabam Crash to update this to kind of go like what the team was, because that whatever team it was, I want to find out how laughable it is. Laughable in the sense of going, well, that kind of puts Kabam in the right. And because we don't know yet, we can't completely do that. But if Kabam Crash posts the team that was used, right, it's gonna be amazing, because it'd be like you can't theoretically do it. And at that point, the person just gets banned from the forums, which I think is the best thing to do. Just the constant arguing back, and maybe the person's a child. I think that might be the case. No one talks in that particular way with kind of like no punctuation. It just seems like some kind of angry child. But as well, an angry child that can spend a lot of money in game for something, that is highly likely. And this is the biggest mystery. Like, I was, and Aiden, you understand that Kabam Crash has access to, I think you know that, and then also breaking TOS. But I think OP, original post, use of team of Jess Groots. That would be impressive if they didn't cheat. But I'd like to find out what the team... I think a lot of us would like to know what the team was that got them banned. This was a very interesting story, and very much something that I wanted to kind of like throw into the Sunday rotation of content before we get back to the more hard-hitting kind of like guides and structure going into, new champion reveals, champion tests, and also, tier lists and the banquet event, because that's going to be a very hefty weekend. We're going to be looking forward to that whenever we're reacting to it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please check out some other content located on screen, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.